She was always different from everyone else, while people searched for their identity in noise and attention. She found her strength in silence. There was a strange kind of dignity in her personality. She never believed everything immediately, nor did she change her opinions just because others said so. She listened, understood, reflected, and only then made her decisions. That was the very thing that made her stand apart from everyone else. That was what I admired most about her. She was strong, yet not cold-hearted, calm, yet never weak. People stayed within their limits around her because she was not someone who silently tolerated disrespect or foolish behavior. If something felt wrong to her, she spoke about it fearlessly. There was no arrogance in her voice, only truth. Sometimes I would look at her and wonder, how can someone be this confident, this intelligent, and this beautiful, all at once? There was a rare balance within her. She knew when silence was more powerful than words, and she also knew when speaking up was necessary. That was why people respected her so deeply. And then there was me. I was completely different from her. I was an ordinary man. Not rich, not exceptionally successful. Not someone blessed with extraordinary intelligence. My life was simple. A small world, limited dreams, and quiet days. I was always the kind of person who stayed in the background, someone people rarely noticed. But when she entered my life, everything slowly began to change. Before her, my life was merely passing by. After her, I started truly feeling it. Mornings that once felt ordinary now became beautiful because of the thought of her. Nights that were once silent became filled with memories of her. I often wondered what she possibly saw in me. She was better than me in every way. Her words carried elegance, her face carried peace, and her presence carried a strange kind of light. People were naturally drawn toward her. And then there was me, quiet, simple, and ordinary. Sometimes this difference frightened me. I would ask myself over and over again, am I really worthy of someone like her? Because the truth was clear, by the standards of the world, she could have chosen someone far better than me. She could have had anyone she wanted. But perhaps love does not calculate worth. My heart kept telling me that her love was real, and somehow that thought gave me peace. She did not enter my life only as love. She entered it as a lesson. Through her, I was learning how to believe in myself. I was learning that true strength is not about raising your voice, but about holding yourself together in difficult moments. Whenever I doubted myself, her confidence in me gave me courage. Whenever life exhausted me, her words became my comfort. She never ignored my weaknesses, but she never allowed them to define me either. With her, I felt a strange sense of safety. It felt as if no matter how harsh the world became, her presence alone was enough for me. One night I stayed awake for hours. Rain was falling outside, and all I could think about was her. Deep inside my heart, there was a fear, the fear of losing her. That was the first time I truly realized how deeply I loved her. And I kept thinking, what could I possibly give her? She already seemed complete. In every way. And all I had was a sincere heart. But perhaps that is the most valuable thing in love. That night, I made a promise to myself that even if I was not perfect, I would become a better man. For her, I would not limit my love to words alone. I would prove it through my actions. I wanted to stand beside her in every difficult moment. I wanted her to feel peace whenever life became heavy for her. I wanted my presence to become a safe home for her heart. Slowly, I started dreaming small dreams with her. Sharing morning tea together, making her smile after exhausting days. Understanding her silences, easing her worries. I did not only want to give her love, I wanted to give her peace. She had become the most beautiful reality of my life. I loved every quality in her, but I also loved her flaws, her anger, her stubbornness, her fears, her silences. All of it, because love is not about loving perfection. Love is about loving someone exactly as they truly are. And she was truly beautiful, beyond words. Sometimes I would simply look at her and think about how beautifully God had created her. She was strong, yet soft-hearted. She could stand firmly for the truth, yet melt instantly for a broken soul. I knew I was not a perfect man. I carried countless flaws within me. Sometimes I became afraid. Sometimes I grew silent. Sometimes I hid my feelings. But one thing was always true. My love for her. I loved her with a madness that words could never fully explain. A love that did not fade with time, but only grew deeper and stronger. I wanted her to always know that no matter how cruel the world became, there would always remain a soft place for her. Inside my heart. A place where she would never need to prove herself. A place where she could simply exist as herself. I wanted to become a home for her. A home filled with peace. A home filled with love. And if she ever gave me a chance, I would spend my entire life protecting her happiness. I would stand beside her dreams. I would celebrate her successes more than my own. I would become her support during her darkest moments, because she was not just my love. She had become the part of my life without which I felt incomplete. Even today, whenever I think about her, only one prayer rises from my heart. May her light never fade. May her strength always remain unshaken. And may she always stay as strong, beautiful, and genuine as she is today. And if destiny ever allows me to stay by her side, then I will love her until my very last breath. Gently, sincerely, faithfully. Because some people enter your life only once, and she was the most beautiful miracle of mine.